Hey, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I was away for a whole week visiting family in Colorado. Now, let me just say up front, I think I mentioned in some past videos that I was looking to move out there to be closer to my family. Well, let's just say that all got nixed. That's not happening now. Uh, I learned my lesson. Boy, was that a wake-up call. And that's the thing about when you start thinking about coming out to family. It helps to know your audience and maybe see what their thoughts are on some things before you come out. Now, for me, uh, my family unfortunately is very political and they're very vocal. And I found out real quick how they felt about the transgender community. And I have to sit there and listen to them rant and rave. And I'm sitting there going, okay, well, I got my answer here now. Um, I can never come out to them. Although someday they're going to have no choice but to accept it if I go through with my plans. It's disheartening. I honestly don't know if they would totally reject me or disown me. That remains to be seen because they're very extreme. And uh, I would hate to lose my family over this. Nobody wants to lose their family over this, but you have to follow your heart. You have to do what's in your best interests. Now that I'm home, I plan to stay here where I'm at for the foreseeable future. Um, Colorado's a beautiful state, but I learned very quickly it's not for me. So I have a lot of thinking to do, a lot of things that I want to look forward to in the coming year. And that's my cat meowing. um, but yeah, in a week, I've got invited to meet with some friends to go to the Pride Festival down in Asbury Park. I'm flying the Pride flag early, the trans flag, uh, in celebration of the upcoming month. And I plan to be very active in the community. And I mentioned before in past videos about how, I've come back out, I'm learning, I've been giving some people advice, and yet I have to admit this is still a learning experience for me. There is so much I don't know. Some things I think I've been very naive about, i.e., family. Um, and I do not claim to be an expert. I'm new in this journey, even though I've been dressing on and off for years, most of my life. But I've gone long gaps without dressing. So I have to learn. I've walked both worlds. I've walked the masculine and the feminine. And I had a dream once, a long time ago, about balancing things in my life. And one of the things was balancing the masculine and the feminine. And I think now it's coming into play because let's face it, the last 20 years, I walked purely on the masculine side. I put Milyssa away. I didn't think about her. I convinced myself I didn't need her anymore. And then I know I did that mostly for my wife, who was supportive at first, as I mentioned previously, but that support kind of started to dry up. And I could tell she would be a lot happier if Milyssa weren't around. So I sacrificed and I gave that up for her. Flash forward 20 years, she passes away, and I don't regret any of it. And it took a couple of months before I started thinking about dressing again because I was in such denial. I denied that I ever wanted to do it again. I thought I was too old. I thought I was beyond it or past it, that it was a phase. And then my friend Lisa, who's a CD, was talking to me about it and was kind of not heavy-handedly, but nudging me towards trying it again. So I grudgingly decided, okay. And I started dressing a little bit. I'm going, hmm. And then it's something inside of me started waking up. And when it did, oh, girl, it woke up big time. So now here I am. It's funny because I cringe when I look at my earlier videos with the different hair, the bad makeup job. I was just starting out and I've learned so much in that short period of time. But let me tell you something, and most of you out there who transitioned years ago, you're looking at me as a newbie, as a novice. Um, I'm working towards transitioning later this year. I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. And all I know is when I am expressing my true feminine self, I've never been happier. I always have the smile on my face. I'm calmer. My whole personality changes. And that's not even with doing hormones. This is just who I am. And I was shocked in how much I love how I look, especially for someone my age, which I always tease people. I said, go ahead and guess my age. And they're usually wrong in a good way. I'll take it. So I've got a lot to learn. And I hope that some of the things I say here doesn't offend other trans women in the community. I sometimes have opinions, but you know what? My opinions have changed. I'm learning so much. And opinions that I've held for the last 20 years are out the window. Because I used to kind of walk down, I've always been middle of the road politically. And I try not to get too much in politics in this feed because I want it to be a safe space for other girls and women who maybe haven't transitioned, or maybe they have, people who have questions. I want to keep this light. I want to keep this as a fun space and an informative space and open up a dialogue and have us talk. Now, I'm usually over on the Kick app, K-I-K, for those of you who don't know it, a couple times a week doing live streaming. And the live streams have been a wonderful release for me because it allows me to socialize with people when I can't get out, which isn't very often, but I'm going to be. And I am able to interact with people in a positive way. And I've gotten some tremendous feedback for how I handle the streams. Now, I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything because I just try to be positive. I try to approach everything from a very positive, loving attitude, a supportive attitude. I'm here to support all the girls out there, all the women, all of us who are on this incredible journey. I made an earlier video where I said, well, trans women are women. And then there's the whole biological debate and everything that we're dealing with right now in all these red states that are putting out all these laws against us. And look, you know what? I've been watching some of these women on TikTok, which I'm over on TikTok, by the way. You can find me there. Some are really upset, saying they're going to leave their state. Some are saying, like, look, we need to stay and fight because they want us to leave. They want to get rid of us. We're not going anywhere. I'm not. And I will fight. And I've never considered myself any type of activist. Certainly never imagined myself being in this community. And because before, I was just a cross-dresser. When I did this 20-something years ago, I just cross-dressed. And I was happy expressing it once in a while and then went on with my life. This point in my life is so much different. I can't explain it. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Maybe because it's the fact that I am truly free and open to explore my life in any way I want moving forward. I have no illusions about the hardships that lay ahead. I'm going to lose family. I'm going to lose friends. Maybe a few will support me. I have a couple of girlfriends who I came out to and they totally support me. I don't have very many guy friends, at least nobody that I'm close to. I used to know people long ago, but it won't be immediately because it's going to take time, but eventually Melyssa's coming out fully. I am prepared for the backlash, or let's say I'm preparing myself for the backlash. It is going to be hard. I watch the videos of the other women talking about not only the discrimination they put up with as women, discrimination against our community, people purposely misgendering us or using pronouns that they know will get a rise out of us. And I've mentioned before, I'm usually pretty good dealing with the trolls in my live feeds. But if I had to experience that in person, I know I'm going to. It's coming. I have no illusions about that. And yet, I also hear so much about the rewards of living your true self and living your life. This is why I try to stay positive here in my live feeds. And when the haters come in to hate, I give them positivity. I give them love. I am not a Christian. I admit that off the bat. I grew up in a Christian church, though. I'm extremely spiritual in a lot of different ways. But you know what? I still am fascinated with Jesus and a lot of the things he said. And whenever these so-called Christians come in and start attacking us, I just throw Jesus's words right back at them. Judge not, lest you be judged. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love your enemies. And I'm not the enemy. They may make me that way, but I am not going to give into it. We have too much negativity going on right now and too many people pointing fingers, one side or the other. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're both wrong. Both extremes are absolutely wrong in how they're handling it. The right is out of their minds, the extreme right. And again, I'm talking about extremists. The extreme right calling us pedophiles and denying us rights to use the bathroom. Okay. Trying to make us out like we're perverts or they're mentally ill. You know what? If this is being mentally ill, I'll take it. Any day of the week, I'll take it. Because if I'm happy and I'm not hurting anybody, I don't care what you think. Mind your own business. If you want to be open and talk, I'm willing to have a conversation. If you reject me completely, fine. I'll go on my way. Let me go on my way. Don't try to physically stop me or try to take away my rights. I'm still guaranteed rights under the Constitution of this country, the Bill of Rights. No matter how badly both sides are subverting it like crazy, we live in interesting times. There's the old Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. We are in interesting times. The best that I can do as an individual is try to remain positive and help out individuals one at a time. I always have a desire to help. I am also still learning and growing. So I admit I've been very naive in a lot of things. And I think I'm probably still naive in a lot of things until I learn. I just want to live my life and find my best way of being happy and helping other people find that happiness in their life. Whether you're just a part-time cross-dresser, whether you're in the closet, whether you're afraid of dealing with family and friends, whether you're out and proud, There's so many different people out there. And let's face it, you could say the transgender community, but that encompasses a wide variety of people. You can't just lump every one of us into the same label. You can't. It's like labeling all Black people. Oh, it's a Black community. They're all that way. That's racist. The same thing about labeling us. It's discriminatory. Everyone's an individual. I don't agree with everyone in our community. I think there's some people that are way out there. I'm not into fetishes, so what other people choose to do, power to them. It's not my thing. I certainly don't do this for a sexual thrill. There's absolutely nothing sexual about this in any way for me. This is just me expressing who I really am. And so far on this short journey, and I got years to go, oh my God, this video and these videos that I'm making is not only to help reach out to other girls and women in our community, it's to help me chronicle my journey. I can look back and see how far I've come. I've already seen how far I come from my very first couple of videos. Oh my God, I look terrible. Oh man. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to deal with my family and friends as it comes. I'm going out more. I believe I mentioned earlier in this video, I got invited to a girlfriend of mine to the Pride event down in Asbury Park next weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my very first Pride event. Melyssa's going to go and have a great time, hanging with the other girls, socializing with people in public. Keep your fingers crossed. There's no drama and everything goes good. But I hear it's a wonderful event and I'm so looking forward to it. And I plan to go out more and more often. So I will keep posting these at least once a week. So tune in next time for a new video. Like I said, you can find me. I'm on social media everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, especially when I do my live streams, and TikTok, which I've avoided TikTok for years. But now that I see so many other trans women on TikTok, I'm just throwing my hat in the ring. Not that I ever think I'd ever be an influencer or get that many people following me. I don't think I'm that interesting, but there's some beautiful women out there. I'm envious of. Oh boy, they're Brandy Nitty. Oh God, I'm in love with that woman. She is so gorgeous, and I admire her transition. And there's several others whose names are escaping me right now, but they inspire me. They inspire me to move forward on this journey. So I'm going to share this journey publicly and as a record for myself to see how far I've come. So let's see what the rest of the year holds for us, shall we? Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in to this new video, and I will be back next week with another one. And I'll try to come up with some really good topics to talk about. And please hit the like button, hit the bell to get notifications of new videos. Feel free to share the channel. Let's get some more viewers in here. And if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I answer and respond to every single one of them. Okay? So I'm here for you, and I'm glad you're here tuning in for me. Have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you all soon. Take care.